Boom. I don't know. It says we're live. I'm certainly hoping we're live. Listen, if you can, I know you can listen. I know you can see me, and I'm certainly hoping that you can hear me. I'm using some brand new equipment today. As I'm looking at my monitor here, noticing that there's a little bit of a red push to my face. Now, it could just be the way that I look in real life. Might be, might not be. Could you let me know if you could hear me? At least let me know if you can hear me. I don't need you to tell me if I have a red push on my face. I know I do. But for those who are here, can you guys hear me? Can you hear the microphone okay? I guess I should probably type that, because if you can't hear me, mic work, mic check. There we go. I just typed mic check into the chat. Hey, maybe you can't hear me. Maybe you'll just have to read my lips, which also look much redder than they are in real life. But what are we going to do? Welcome to Tuesday. This is our Tuesday time together for Ask Me Anything. You can literally ask me anything about marketing, about digital marketing, about getting more clients from socials, from the internet, and you can ask questions during the week. People message me with questions all the time, and also you can come on here and you can just ask questions. Mike is cutting out. We're gonna go, and we're just gonna go to another mic real quick. That way, I can do this thing on the fly. Let's see. I don't know if I can change this thing on the fly. I probably can't. Nothing I can do. Can't change. Let me see. Let me just try this and see. I'm looking for any way that I can change the microphone on the fly. Nah, that feature isn't happening right now. Hey, listen, we're going to do the best we can with what we've got right now. I'll just talk a little slower. It could be my absolute hyped upness that is causing it to happen. All right, you can hear me? Let's go. So questions come in during the week, and I'm available here to answer questions that you might have in this live capacity. I go live every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. And by the way, if it's your first time joining, whether you're here or in the replay, now would be a genius time to click the subscribe button and turn on that bell, ding, for notifications, so that you get alerts every time I post a new video about growing your business or go live just like this. I'd love to have you on board as a subscriber. So today we are going to be talking about the things that you can do on your website, on your socials, to increase conversions. And this was a question that came in over the course of the week. And someone specifically said, how can I increase conversions on my website? How can I increase conversions on my social media? And that's a fantastic question. And before I get to that, if you are serious about starting and growing a business, as a solopreneur, and you'd like to brainstorm with me based on my 21 years of experience, very easy to do. Just hop on Prouty.me. That's my last name, .me. And I actually have a link right there pinned in the chat for you. And if you want to brainstorm about the one thing that you should be doing right now to grow your business and get more clients, hop on a call with me. You're going to get thousands of dollars worth of advice over the course of just 45 minutes. All right, so let's get to this topic, which is how to increase conversion on your website or on your social media. And one of the biggest challenges that coaches, consultants, professional service providers, experts face is that they are in a world right now where competition can pop up instantly. And your competition is everyone around you who just decides that they're going to do exactly what you're doing. If you're a consultant or you're a professional service provider, likely that you've been doing what you do for quite some time, and you've established authority, and you've established a level of expertise, and you've established some level of trust in your marketplace. And to have someone who's never done it before, has no demonstrated history of success, just pop up one day, change all of their social media, create a one-page website that is direct competition to you, even though they've had no confidence building up what you do, and all of a sudden, within a matter of hours, they're at the same exact visual position as you in terms of the cold traffic, the people who don't know you at all. They can't tell your experience or their experience when they're comparing the two. It looks like the same exact offering, the same exact service. That's what we face right now. And if you look at what's happened just over the past couple of years, how we have established this level playing field that is social media, and with everything that's happened over the past couple of years, and where we've all been in isolation, and a lot of people haven't been going back to work, everyone's using social media right now to push their agenda, to push their services, to push everything. And it's very easy, because the tools are just readily available. It's very easy for people to just create this presence that works directly against you. And here you are with years of experience, a decade, 2 decades of experience, and you've got someone who just established themselves that's going head to head with you. That's a massive challenge for you. And it can make you deflated, and it can deteriorate your confidence. So we're going to get that back to, because if you don't do something about this, your prospects who can't tell the difference between you and them are going to go to them equally as they might go to you. You've just lost, if it's just one piece of competition that's marketing to your same target audience, you've just lost half of your audience then. If it's like, we have no idea, how many are going to go to them, how many are going to go to you. But I'm going to show you how to turn the tide on that, so that more of them come to you and you can obliterate them and get rid of them. But if you don't do something about it, your business is going to suffer. That's the hard message that you need to hear. If you don't do something about these amateurs posing as professionals, your business is going to suffer, to the point where some people I know are considering going out of business because there's so much competition pop up from amateurs who can't get results. And then there's a whole nother problem if you don't do something about this, and the amateurs start to take over. They're going to start to get the clients, right? They're going to get the people that could have been your clients, and they're going to produce terrible results for them. And then the client is going to sit there and go, I hired someone to do this for me, and they did a terrible job. And now I feel burned, and now I don't even want to try someone else. And I'm going to show you today how to correct that as well. I have a beautiful example of someone who is in my mentorship program, which is called Growth Galvanized, where we get together 3 times a week and we strategize about business growth and overcoming obstacles just like these. If a mastermind like that, being around high-level people, 6- and 7-figure earners, sounds like something that's attractive, you just talk about it. You decide it's right for you, you can apply to come in, and or if you decide it's not right for you, that's great too. It's cool as well. So when you are faced with these situations, if you don't do something about it and you don't turn the tide on the amateurs who are posing as professionals, you're doing a disservice not only to your potential clients, you're doing a disservice to your industry, and you're doing a disservice to yourself. And so we must squash these amateurs who are posing as professionals. And by the way, if you're an amateur posing as a professional and you're watching this, maybe it's time you went away for a little while and became the professional, came back. But you can't get people results and you're lying to them, and you're getting people in and you're giving them terrible results, and then they're coming to me looking for great results, but they don't want to pay to come into my programs because they've been burned by you, the amateur. That doesn't help the industry at all. You're damaging the industry. I'm going to look to obliterate you. And if you are a professional and you're watching this, you should be looking to obliterate your competition that are amateurs posing as professionals. And we shouldn't feel any sort of hesitation to this. And I'm very, very vocal about these people who are amateurs, who aren't getting people results. I see them everywhere. And I call them out. And you should be doing the same. Because if we don't fix this, it hurts you, it hurts your industry, it hurts your prospects, and it hurts your ability to make money. And anybody can do it, okay? So there's the challenge. And that's what happens if you don't fix it. So how do we fix this? It's actually incredibly elegant and very easy to fix this if you are a professional. And I'm going to give you guidance today on doing something that only you can do, and it's going to instantly differentiate you from the amateurs, because that's what you want to do. You want to stand out. You want to be the person that your prospects look at and see and say, that's the only choice for me. In my mastermind, in Growth Galvanized, my private mastermind, we call that becoming a field of one. Standing out to the point where you are the only one in your field that people will choose. And when that happens, the amateurs go away naturally. You don't even have to do anything. So how can we do this? And the answer is very simple. And the person that asked this question, I think, is a web designer. And that's, that's another industry. That's not just that's a professional service provider. That's an industry where it's particularly easy for anyone to say, oh, I'm a web designer. Look, I built a website. Yeah. How do you, as a non-technologist, how do you, as someone who doesn't know anything about web design, differentiate from one from the other when they can just put pictures in front of you, right? I don't know. Well, I do know, but you don't. So the key to this and the answer to this is to help people in advance of selling to them. So let me say that again, and then I'll say it in a couple of different ways to really help that sink in. You want to, hold on, YouTube is telling me that we have an unstable connection and we are reconnecting. So I'm just gonna give it a second and wait for that to pop back up. It's probably because there are kids playing Roblox in another part of this house. Looks like we are back. YouTube said it was an unstable connection. Looks like we're back. So let me say it again. It would be wise to help people in advance of selling them into your service with no expectation that you're going to make the sale when you're doing them at that moment. The sale will come down the road, but if you can lead with helping, lead with educating, lead with trying to provide people with a transformation, you're going to differentiate yourself from the amateurs immediately, because the amateurs can't do that. And when you're leading with service and by helping people attain a transformation with no expectation of sales, and they get that transformation, what do you think they're going to think? I'll give you a moment to ponder that. I know you already know the answer. It's iced coffee, by the way. It's a cold brew that I make at home here. What do you think is going to happen when you lead with service? What do you think your prospects are going to think when you step forward and give them a transformation, as small as it might be, with no expectation of the sale in that moment? Your prospects are going to look at that and they're going to be like, this is a, if the amateurs try to do that, they're going to try to help these people. These people aren't going to get any results because they don't get results from the amateurs. You know it. That's why all these people feel burned all the time. I hear it all the time. If the amateurs try to copy you in doing that, people are going to be like, you're an idiot. I'm not going to hire you. You just gave me like terrible advice. You didn't even give me any guidance. I got nothing from you. So this is going to be your mission, is to lead with service and lead in a way that you get your prospects a transformation prior to even trying to sell to them. You know, Cicely. You know it. Cicely's winking at the amateurs in her comment with her emoji right now. She's like, We got eyes on you. When you lead with service and you're able to provide people with a small transformation with no expectation, there are so many beautiful things that happen. First, you identify yourself as the professional who can get people results. And people are going to look at that and they're going to be, wow, I got results from them without even hiring them. What's it even like to work with them? And that's a judgmental emoji. Cicely says, I agree. And I love the judgmental looks. There's actually, I'm not going to name names. There are a few people in my mastermind who literally have perfected the judgmental looks. I can't. I'll try to do a judgmental look right now. Ready? I don't know if that's one. That might be like half surprise. There it is. I got it. Ready? That was my judgmental look. Where were we? So if you're able to lead with service and you're able to give people a small transformation prior to the sale, prior to even bringing up the sale, you're going to first and most importantly differentiate yourself from the idiots who can't give people a transformation. So people are not going to feel burned because you gave them something and they didn't have to pay you for it and they got a transformation for it. And that leads me to the next point, which is the law of reciprocity. The universal law of reciprocity says that if I give something to someone, they're going to feel an obligation to reciprocate. And if I give you a transformation, you didn't give me anything back, there's going to be a pull to giving me something back. And that will come in the form of working with me or working with you if you do the same. It's much like I'm doing with you right now. I'm spending this time live teaching you something that you can start using today. Like literally, I'm going to finish this thing at some point soon. And you're going to be able to take this information and apply it to do. If you're someone who can make decisions and act quickly, you'll get a transformation from what I just taught you, and I still have more to teach you today. You'll get a transformation by the end of the day today. I'm doing exactly what I'm teaching you. I'm giving you a tremendous amount of value. I'm teaching you something in advance of positioning us working together. And if you are someone who is getting value from this is a mere scratch of the surface for what we do in my programs, especially my mastermind program. You might hear kids in the back. And we do stuff like this at a much deeper level. And maybe that's for you. Maybe not. Maybe it is. The only way to know is for us to chat. I'm not going to try to sell it to you. You'll know. So you hop on Prouty.me and we figure that out together. If you want it, great. If you don't want it, great. You know, you're gonna do exactly what's right for you. Lead with service and lead by giving people a transformation, working to give people a transformation. It's very, very simple. How can you do this? So we do this through social media. You can do it through your social media posts. You're posting on Facebook and LinkedIn. Just give them value. I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, what if I give away too much? Right? What if I give away too much and no one wants to hire me because I've given away too much? It's literally impossible to do. I've been doing this for 20 years. Every step of the way, my university degree, one of the university degrees, is in education. I learned how to teach when I was in the university. And then I taught calculus and physics for a while after that. And then I taught for Cisco and Microsoft after that. So I've kind of been teaching my whole life. And it's just a part of me, which is why it's so very easy for me to lead with service. It's so easy for me to teach you as just a part. And so when I do that and I'm able to help you get a transformation without any expectation of you hiring me, it just makes you more likely to come. So how do you do this? Social media. Give and give and give. Go into social media, create social media posts, create LinkedIn articles, go onto Facebook, go onto Instagram, and offer people that transformation. Now the person who asked this question was a web designer. If you're a web designer, you want to talk about You want to educate people into all of the aspects of web design. Educate them on the difference between WordPress and Wix. Educate them on how page load time is so important in terms of Google rankings. And you want to just keep educating and educating and educating. You can find all of the things that people are curious about. In fact, go to Google and type web design, search, and look at the questions people ask. Start there. Oh, the slurp. And I got a piece of ice in my mouth. Get all of those questions and start to answer those questions in social media. It's going to be leading with value. And that's going to help people understand that you truly know what you're talking about versus the idiots, the amateurs who don't know what they're talking about. And then you're doing two things. You're educating people to authority and get a transformation even prior to working with you. The amateurs can't do that. Okay, so on your socials like Facebook, like LinkedIn, like Instagram, start to do in your. I also highly recommend going live or recording videos that you can put out there. I recommend going live like I'm doing right now. Again, I'm showing an unstable, yeah, I'm seeing that work, guys. I'm showing an unstable connection. I'm going to let it reestablish. There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for letting me know that. It looks like the connection is back. And I'm not sure. I have some new hardware that I'm using. I'm not sure if it's the hardware or it's my internet connection or it's the unnecessarily red in my face from the new hardware. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, we'll get it sorted out. The only way to sort it out is by doing it. So I recommend going live and talking about your craft, talking about what it is that you do. And when you go live, there's no reason, right? There's no reason to not go live. If you would say, I'm going to record a video and put it out there, it's going to take time to record it, produce it, and upload it. And you've got too many roadblocks that you're facing when you do that. So instead, just go live. You can do it right from your phone. Just pick up your phone. You can go live to Facebook very, very easily. LinkedIn, a little bit more challenging to go live to, and you have to actually upload live Instagram on LinkedIn, but you should do that because it demonstrates your expertise and your authority in the market, in a beautiful marketplace where people are in a business mindset. And I love going live to YouTube. I think it is one of the greatest platforms around. So in your written content on your socials, be answering the questions that your prospects have and answer them in a hugely educational way that gives them a transformation. On your socials, do video because video is going to present you in a way that your amateurs just can't. The way the amateurs just can't. I don't have to name names. You can see who the amateurs are in my field. And when you look at their videos with their dumb backgrounds, with their, whatever, and their dumb, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I am going to be judgmental and I don't care. The more they add to their appearance, I keep freezing up and my mic isn't working. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. It just seems like we're having a little bit of technical issues here. I'll wrap this up just in case this is recording for the people who watched this in the recording. Thanks for that. Let me just pop that into the chat. Thanks. Hardware issue. I appreciate it. Seems like there's a hardware issue. I'll have to check this in the replay and see what's what, see why there's that lag. And Eileen says here, oh, thank you so much. Program hasn't been a life changer. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So when's the next time you're going live? Well, I'm going to be live next Tuesday at 11:30 at the time. Maybe I just maybe the laptop needs a reboot. Maybe the internet, maybe the whole internet needs a reboot. Okay, so let's go. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Sonia, for being here. Look at that. And Joelle is joining us. You want to talk about a great web designer? This kid right here. Wow. Check him out. Like, seriously, somebody that you should consider. He's in the chat right now. Joyal, Joyal. Check him out. I've seen his work. It is top notch. And he's actually somebody that I'm working with in an advisory capacity. So you'll find him on LinkedIn. So what are your to-dos right now? It is to go on your socials and educate and lead with service. No expectation of a sale. And lead with what you do. Help educate yourself. Help differentiate yourself from, you're very welcome, Joel. I'm glad you're here. Help differentiate yourself from the amateurs, leading service and giving people a transformation prior to even asking for the sale. You're going to get better clients. You're going to get higher paying clients. You're going to get more clients by leading with service. And as we talked about at the very beginning, you're going to absolutely obliterate the competition. The competition being the amateurs who just set up shop, today. Because that's what we want to do. All right. So your takeaway, your to-do right now, and you can do this afternoon, is to start posting content that educates and that gives people a transformation. And then your very next step from there is to consider coming on board and working with me as one of my clients. Because you can do that very easily. Just go to prouty.me, it's my last name, .me. Hop on my calendar and let's explore what learning program is right for you. I have several. I'd love to get you into my mastermind where we meet and we talk like this for hours every week to help push you past that 6-figure mark, to help you zoom in on that 7-figure mark in your business. So jump on Prouty.me. If it's right for you, great. If it's not right for you, that's cool too. Okay, so go and do that right now. Go start educating. Go start offering the transformation with no expectation of sales in return. I will be back here next Tuesday morning at 11:30. I'm going to eliminate the technical issues between now and then. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm just going to go reboot the whole internet. And now would be an absolutely genius time, if you haven't done so, to click that subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications. That way you know every time I do something like this, so that you can come on and listen to my choppy audio and video. And maybe in between all of that, just get some sort of little nugget that you can take away. All right, I'm going to hang out in the chat just for a few minutes to thank the people that were here today. And if you want to hang out and chat as well, I'll be chit-chatting in the chit-chat. I will see you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern.